Hello, it is 12:20 a.m. I am going to film a video talking about guitars, and I'm going to teach you some stuff. I'm going to show you the anatomy of the guitar, and I'm going to show you some chords to play and get you started. For anybody who's interested, I've had a couple friends that asked me kind of information about that, so I'm going to do that for you. So let's get started. So this up here is called the headstock. These little guys are called the tuning machines because they help tune your strings. Okay, all right. This is called the nut. You see that right there? It's usually made of bone. This one's made of plastic. That helps keep the strings elevated off of the fretboard, and it's really cool. If you look really closely at this guitar, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this neck is actually completely severed. This is a very old classical guitar from my deceased Faja. And my nephew knocked it over on tile and it broke the headstock off, but I glued it back on and it works fine. Over here we have the sound hole, porthole, pretty much whatever you want to call it. It's where the majority of the sound comes through. Other weird guitars will have them kind of on the sides, like violins have them on the sides, like over here. It's the same basic thing. It just gives you like a resonance in the guitar. Back down here is the bridge, and that keeps all the guitar strings in place, and again elevated. The importance of the bridge and the nut work together to keep the strings at a good uniform height, or close to uniform. It's actually supposed to be a little bit taller over here, just a little bit. It's called an action, the distance between the string and the fret. And the action is supposed to be a little bit higher on the edge here. Don't know why, it just is. So anyway, this is a pretty good guitar. It's Carmencita, made in Spain. It's a student level. It's not super crazy expensive. Like I said, I inherited it from my father. It is a nylon string classical guitar. Sorry, I keep looking over here and the camera's right here, so sorry. It's a nylon string. The majority of acoustic guitars are going to be a steel string. The tuning pegs, these little guys, tuning machines, tuning pegs, these are usually on the side instead of on the back. These are on the back because it's a classical. There's different machines on the front here. And most classicals on the bridge, you actually tie them back here. But I got these strings that have beads, so they're a little bit easier to work with. It does affect the sound, but I don't really care. Hi, Max. Hi, buddy. Do you want to get out? No, he just wants to say hi. Here's my dog. Max. Max. So here's the fretboard, part of the neck. The body is the fretboard. And these little metal things here are frets. Okay? Most people, when they learn how to play guitar, learn that the highest string is string number 1. I prefer to call the fattest string number 1. It's really personal preference. It just helps to know kind of what you're talking about. But in my particular opinion, if you start and call this the first string and this the 6th string, it makes a little more sense to me. So the tuning, basic tuning for a guitar, is E, A, D, G, B, and then another high E. So you notice that the top and bottom strings are actually the same note. They're just an octave different, or maybe more than one octave. I can't remember. Same note though. That's them played together. So a lot of people, when they pick up the guitar, they're just going to be like, it is what it is. I'm going to show you some really, really easy chords. Stupid easy to play. And they'll make you sound a lot better if you're just kind of fiddling around. And this is honestly how I learned to play guitar. I started on an acoustic like 7 years ago, something like that, and then got an electric in 2013. And ever since then, I've been playing mostly my electric. But I still mess around on this guy, and I know a lot more for this. So, super cheater chords. Okay, this is going to be how you play most worship songs. There are like 90% of pop songs play with these chords. And the easiest fingering method for it is what I'm going to show you here. So these are like the cheater full chord sound chord, those things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ring finger on my left hand, and I'm going to put that on the 3rd fret, second to last string. So string 5, that B, I'm going to put that on the 3rd fret. And then I'm going to take my pinky finger and go to the 3rd fret on the last string, 6th string, the high E, and play that. So those two are both on the 3rd fret. Okay, they're one on top of the other. Now you can just play this, and already it sounds a little bit better. Just a little bit. Now, the absolute easiest chord I've ever found to play with this shape is the G. So what I'm going to do for the G is I'm going to take my middle finger, this one, right there, that one, and put it on the 3rd fret, 1st string, okay? So just like these ones down here, but on the 1st string. So that's those 3. Then we're going to take the pointer finger, it's your last finger that you can use right now, and you're going to put it on the 2nd fret, 2nd string. 2nd fret, 2nd string. And then if you hit all the strings, you make a G, and that's the actual like full G chord. There's many variations, but this is the full G chord. So that's the G. If you want to mix it up and get a little crazy, you can actually take the middle finger off, take your pointer finger, come down to the 1st string, 2nd fret, keep these two down here. You're going to not really move these two at all for this set. Take this guy, put it right here, and then you strum. And this is part of a walk down. The technical chord is a D over F sharp, but they use that to move down to an E minor a lot. So you go. So that's a simple walk down. You don't have to put the middle finger down. If you want to get the full string effect though, pointer finger goes 2nd fret, 1st string. And then this is the 4th string, the G here, just above the one where your ring finger is, 2nd fret. Okay, so 2nd fret, 1st string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 3rd fret, 5th and 6th strings. And that's a D over F sharp. So we want G, D over F sharp, and that naturally flows into an E minor. And this one is really easy. Pointer finger, 2nd string, 2nd fret, middle finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. And you don't need these two here. What I'm showing you is this whole chord method. If you keep these two here and you go through these chords, you're never going to have to move these fingers. Like they just kind of stay there and it sounds cool. So this is an E minor. This is what it sounds without those fingers in. So it's a little less happy, I guess, a little more minor. Okay, so G, D over F sharp, E minor. Next, we're going to take that same shape for the G, which is the middle finger, 3rd fret, and pointer finger, 2nd fret, but instead of being on the 1st and 2nd strings, we're going to be down on the 2nd and 3rd strings. Sorry, I haven't really got a good angle. So this is going to be a C. And these are really easy to switch between. There's actually a whole song that only uses these two chords. So G, D over F sharp, E minor, C. So I did a little slide here. We're not going to worry about that. The next chord, and probably the last one in this set that you'll use, is it's a D. So we have the C. For the D, you take your pointer finger and you're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Fourth string. So that G again. Wait. Yeah, the G. And you don't have to move, you don't have to put this guy anywhere, the middle finger. You can kind of just have him hanging out if you want. You can, be like, hey mom, look, I showed you this chord. I naturally move it down to the 2nd fret of the 6th string because a traditional D is this exact thing minus the pinky here. So once you get a little more advanced in your finger control, you can actually move the pinky off and play 2 different variations of the D there. It's pretty cool. I'll show you one more chord because it's a super, super easy chord and it's my favorite chord ever. It sounds really cool. Take the 2 fingers off there. We don't need them for this one. We're going to go 2nd fret, 3rd string in. So here's the E, the A. We're going to the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd string. And then we're going to take our pointer finger, go down to the 5th string, and put it on the 1st fret. Okay? And then you're going to play everything but this very, very top E. So you can actually mute that with your thumb. And play with your finger. I'm really weird. I don't use a pick with my acoustic. I play with my finger. I always suggest playing with a pick personally. Sounds much cleaner. But it's never really worked for me for some reason. I do it on my electric, but not my acoustic so much. But anyway, if you are playing with a pick, you can still kind of mute the low E with your thumb, or you can use your other finger here to kind of block it. You'll learn muting as you get further in, but it's okay if you hit it. It still sounds okay. It just sounds a little darker. But this is an A minor 7, and it's one of my favorite chords in the world. I don't know why, it just sounds really cool. So we got the cheater chords here. Remember these 2 3rd fret of the 5th and 6th strings: G, D over F, sharp, E minor, C, D, and then A minor 7. Now with these chords, you can actually go and find chord charts on the interwebs and use a neat little thing called a capo. This is a special one because this is a nylon string guitar. The fretboard's actually flat. So this is a flat capo. Most capos that you find will just have a little hinge back here, and you just clip it and then hook it on to whatever fret you want, and it'll change the key of the song. So this was an open So this is a G in open tuning. But if I put this capo on fret 3, and when you put a capo on, you want it right up next to the next fret, but not over it, just like right in front of it. And that's a general rule for fingering positions, is if you're going to be playing third, like if you're playing a C over here, you want this finger to be close to that next fret, that next little metal piece, but not over, because otherwise it's going to make a noise. But if you're too far over here, you get that little kind of... It's a lot stronger and a lot easier to hold over here. But anyway, the G over here was an actual G. This is actually now an A. But it's still the G shape. So with a capo and those 4 chords, you can actually play probably 90-95% of the songs out there. There are other chord shapes and other chords in general, which I can show you if you're interested, but I'm going to stop that here because it's like almost 20 minutes. It's crazy. But yeah, play that around. Let me know if you have questions. If you guys are interested, I can do another one. I don't know. Like I said, this was like 12:30 in the morning, and I've been working all day. It's weird. But anyway, I wanted to do it. So hope you enjoy. Let me know if you want any other tips or anything like that, and I'll make another video. Okay, bye.